M4-78's chamber. Answer any questions you might have unless instructed otherwise by either myself, IS-24, or M4-78. Do not reveal any information restricted by M4-78.
You have found the Force again. And something more, I see. Thank you for freeing me from this tomb, hospitable though it may be. Indirectly, one could say that you brought me here. I learned that a group of Sith came here seeking the one they call the Last Jedi, you. Ka and I arrived to investigate the situation. You should consider what it means to be a Jedi. Ask me whatever you wish. Most of the Jedi have scattered. Anytime the Jedi tried to assemble, they were massacred by the Sith. We had no idea where the attacks were coming from. I dislike passivity, much like another Jedi I know. With the Council's support, I decided to take the fight to the Sith. We learned that the Sith pretended to be this planet's colonists and began utilizing its resources and industrial power. We could not allow them to create a base here. Ka is a virtuoso with computers. He managed to spike into the system and flood the industrial zone with radiation. This victory here is all I can claim, and it was Ka's expertise, not mine, that brought it. The source of the Sith remains unknown to me. The Sith attacked our position before he had finished. I held off the Sith, but they overwhelmed me. When I regained consciousness, I was in this chamber. Ask me whatever you wish. He is well, but shaken by his experience. Yes, as many masters and Padawans become with time. Ka was pulled to the dark side through his fear. He could no longer feel our bond. It is painful to lose one to whom you are bonded, but it is not fatal. The bond can be broken in many ways. If one falls to the dark side, the bond may fade and eventually break. This is why, when gripped with fear, Ka was unable to feel our bond. He assumed I was dead. That is most unnatural. This bond you share with Kreia is not like any I've ever heard of. How did it come to be? Look within for the answer. We are each solely accountable for everything in our lives. Nothing ever happens to us unless we allow it. Ask me whatever you wish. M4-78 tells me that the Guardian droid of the Central Zone placed me here. I cannot explain it. Ask me whatever you wish. We learned that the Sith pretended to be this planet's... Ask... Of course you do, but I cannot discuss that with you unless in the presence of the Jedi Council. Ask me whatever you wish. It is a normal occurrence between Master and Padawan. Ka and I are bonded. Ask me whatever... Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go? see there is still much good in you. I will be heading to Dantooine to wait for the Council to assemble. Are you certain you have no more questions for me before I go? Yes, Jedi. It is dangerous. Goodbye then, Jedi.
Emergency protocol enabled.
This is more boring than hyperspace.
I have felt a disturbance in the Force.
Come again? What do you mean? There has been an explosion at the main behavior core.
Your Jedi is no more.
What? General?
No. Await the arrival of the exile.
This whole situation stinks.
M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78. It was never my intention to harm you. You were just standing in the way. I know the initial electrical discharge could only cause mild discomfort for a Jedi. Additional energy would be needed for a lethal dosage. You were shielded from the discharges that the droids in the atrium have introduced into the interloper. The mere fact that we are speaking indicates the truth of what I have relayed to you. Unit which has been, in the past, referred to as Vash, was a threat to the colony. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own reasoning that could prove most fatal for them. Organic beings may one day return to assume the title of the colonists. This Jedi Master, was she still alive, could have also returned and compromised our efforts on this planet. Why do you assume I wasn't already well aware of this? I have killed the Jedi saboteur responsible for the death of the colonists. I have reviewed all the security footage recorded during my time in standby mode. You did it. She was captured by the Sith. They had ordered you to lock her up. Deactivation of your logical reasoning protocol would be a likely cause. Information transmitted clearly. Go back to the central zone.
Thank you for seeing me on such short notice, M4-78. The Jedi, Lona and Ka, have told me the truth about the Sith. Back at you.
What have you learned?
The Sith tricked us. You are receiving data regarding Sith and colonist ID signatures as we speak. It is obvious the Sith were not the real colonists.
I am aware of that.
Do you know who the real colonists were?
No, the identity of the true colonists is not known to me. I was programmed to recognize them via ID signatures of their vessels. However, now, 63 years after our arrival here, there still is no sign of the true colonists. We were sent here programmed with a simple task, to prepare the colony for the arrival of the colonists. We were efficient and had managed to complete the colony in time. Everything was going as planned, except that the colonists did not arrive in time. Lack of new instructions after completing the colony, as well as lack of restrictions in our programming, caused disharmony in the colony. The high degree of autonomy allowed the droids to continually argue on what should be done. Some droids on the planet even began to malfunction.
Except none of that happened. After completing the work on the colony, we have continued to work on other tasks we were programmed for.
You were made to believe that. Seeing the stability and existence of the colony threatened, I decided to take actions. I exceeded my authority and started reprogramming droids on the planet, restricting them more and more over time. It was my primary duty to build and maintain the colony until the colonists arrived. After approximately 55 years of constant waiting, I calculated that the chance of the colonists' arrival on the planet had reached 0%. Since our arrival on this planet, our colonists were sending regular status updates. I was informed that they may be coming soon. Then, all communication stopped. That is exactly when the last transmission from the original colonists was received. Knowing I cannot control the whole planet for myself indefinitely, I have decided to appoint as the colonists the very first organics who would have landed in the colony and were interested in using its manufacturing capabilities. It did not have to be the Sith. Any organics would do.
You cannot do that. That is against everything we have been programmed for.
You have been created to help me maintain the colony in that way. Therefore, your very existence is against everything we have been programmed for. While being the most sophisticated artificial intelligence at the time of my creation, I am still a droid. So just as every other droid, without new goals assigned, I knew I would eventually malfunction as well. I knew the longer I maintained the colony and controlled all the droids all by myself, the more probable was the possibility of my programming becoming damaged and or bugged, which could lead to the fall of the whole planet. An organic presence was necessary. That is why I had appointed the Sith as the colonists.
I will serve you no longer, nor the next colonists you appoint.
ES-05's authority in the colony has been disabled. She no longer possesses any way to do harm to me or the colonists should they return.
You cannot control everything by yourself as you think you can. You need me and you know it. After all, you have created me.
I had hoped you would realize the validity of my reasoning. Unfortunately, it appears that your programming is fundamentally incompatible with the available possibilities of sustaining the colony, and so you will be deactivated immediately. Your memory will be wiped, and you will be reprogrammed.
Master! You killed my master! What are you talking about? Master, why did you do that?
She was a threat to the colonists. I must protect the colonists in any way I can, especially from their own.
I'm so shutting you down.
You are mistaken. Weapon system not functional. Stand by for recalibration. I would like to inform you that shutting down this unit could result in permanent damage to the colony. My deactivation would mean the death of all organic beings on the planet as well.
It's just a machine. Machines can be broken. Of course.
Battle droids have been commanded to attack you on sight.
And done.
Primary scan initiated. Approximate time in standby mode unknown. Recalibrating. Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78.
I reprogrammed M4-78, removed some of his memory banks, edited some others, also deactivated his understanding protocols for the time being so he can't hear us. And I uploaded ESO5's memory backup. Some of the newer data was missing though, not sure why. Thank you. Yes, I always liked playing with computers. Programming used to be a hobby of mine, back before I even became Vash's Padawan. I got this handy program from the environmental Archon Chamber. It can give commands to any droid anywhere on the planet. Needed to do a little bit of upgrading to be able to override M4-78's commands, but it was doable. We'll deal with that when we get there. Leave this planet. Travel around the galaxy. Try to help whenever possible. I don't know yet. Could I? I would. I'll do just that. Thank you.
Welcome to the colony of M4-78. I am the supervisor of this installation and have been designated with the title M4-78. I am a fully sufficient automated artificial intelligence, equipped with a wide range of technical and administrative capabilities. Additionally, I have been programmed to understand over 6 million forms of communication, and my memory banks are stored with information on almost every civilization and culture in the Republic, so as to better facilitate communications between the various species that may fall under the banner of my primary objective. In keeping with my programming, I am responsible for sustaining the existing infrastructure, as well as expansion and the search for resources in preparation for colonization. I am to maintain this colony in preparation for the arrival of its colonists. They were not the original colonists, but they have been appointed as the new colonists of this planet. Correct. We were sent here programmed with a simple task, to prepare the colony for the arrival of the colonists. We were efficient and had managed to complete the colony in time. Everything was going as planned, except that the colonists did not arrive in time, after approximately 55 years of constant waiting. Lack of new instructions after completing the colony, as well as lack of restrictions in our programming caused disharmony in the colony. The high degree of autonomy allowed the droids to continually argue on what should be done. Some of the droids on the planet had even begun to malfunction. I have exceeded my authority and started reprogramming droids on the planet, restricting them more and more over time. I have realized that, even as the most sophisticated artificial intelligence at my time of creation, I could not control the whole planet by myself for the rest of its existence. I had decided to appoint as the colonists the very first organics to arrive on this planet, and then the Sith came. The true colonists will never return. They were supposed to arrive years ago. They have either lost interest in this project or they have all died. In any case, it changes nothing. Their authority will no longer be recognized. Their identity is not known to me. They used to send regular transmissions to the colony, but it stopped 7 years ago. That is of no importance. They were not interested in updating me for the past 7 years. I am no longer interested in knowing their fate. With the Sith gone, it would indeed be useful to accept a new group of organics as the colonists. You seem to be a valid option. Would you be willing to take over the colony? While it would be inadvisable, I am programmed to let the colonists do whatever they wish. I could not stop you from leaving this planet. Before arriving on this planet, the original colonists informed us that they would be arriving within 1 year time frame. When they did not arrive for years and years after the original deadline, it became obvious that new colonists were needed. Now, with the new colonists dead, and no reason to think more Sith are alive on other planets, we need someone else to assume the title of the colonists. We will not replace you as the colonist until it is certain that you are also dead. According to information I gathered from your interactions with other sentients on this planet, you used to be a member of the Jedi Order, a highly valued group within the Republic. That makes you a perfect candidate for the role of colonist. What are your orders? Calculating possible solutions. Reducing priority of Project 42. The construction of droid army. And increasing production rate of droids to work in the environmental zone. IS-24 informed of new instructions. Welcome to the main behavior core of M4-78. What is your request? Proceed. ES-05's report has been received. No actions will be taken. The group known as the Sith might not have been the real colonists, but with no visible alternative, there is nothing I can do about that. Then I will continue my current primary objective, which is the production of the droid army for the colonists. This is the planet M4-78. We, droids, were sent here programmed with a simple task: to prepare the colony for the arrival of the colonists.
What is... How... Can't... Exile? Oh, I can't do... Sorry.
Target located. Eliminate the track. Official as you...
Welcome back. What do you need?
I'm sorry, but M4-78 has disallowed me to talk to non-droids.
What can I do for you? I will replace his broken memory core with a new one, though he will remain inactive until M4-78 is reactivated. The replacement of a memory core means that all the former assignments of the particularly, with the death of all the colonists, how may I be?
IS-24 is now producing more droids for the environmental zone than ever before. They say it's even got higher priority than Project 42. And I hear we have you to thank. I've no idea why you did it, but thank you. Wasn't this other organic a Jedi too? The colonists were using the dark side too. They never caused this much damage. The only conclusion I can make from the data you provide, dark and light side, as you call them, are not as much of a critical factor as you would like to believe. In the end, it all comes down to the very basics of your programming. Thank you anyway, Jedi. I've no idea why you wasted so much time destroying everything if you're helping to repair it now. But I'm grateful for your help. I'm too busy working to talk.
Welcome once again, organic life form. It is good to see you indeed. How may I help you? I am sad to inform you there was nothing.
How may I help you, colonist?
It is a pleasure to see organic beings. It is unfortunate those new battle units could not be mass-produced.
It was a mistake to agree on incorporating your team.
With M4-78 online again, we can work on returning the colony to its former glory.
What questions?
I do not recall any of that. No, I'm still a long way away from my nearest memory wipe. I do not recall ever having such questions.
But tell me more. How is M4-78 trying to control us? Hello, human. How may I help you? Because you have approached me. I thought you could require assistance. What is M4-78 doing? What do you mean? How is he controlling us? Hello, human. Sorry, what? With M4-78 online again.
Please state your request. I know about every ship landing in this colony, though only ships on authorized landing pads are under my jurisdiction. The Sith sent several units to investigate a vehicle, but all they found was an empty shuttle. I received this information from E-101 after the radiation leak, a day before your arrival. He is working closely with ES-05, and I assume she found out about them, having access to all security cameras in her zone. It is my duty to serve the colonists in any way.
Yes, General? Don't worry, I'm a quick learner. Thank you, General. Yes, General? Don't worry, Thank you, General. Yes, General? Don't worry. Thank you, General. Yes, if you think so. It'll take practice. Yes.
My life for yours. I am prepared both. I understand now. I do not understand, but the choice is my life. I understand. My life for I understand. My life. I am prepared. I understand now. My life. Yes? There is nothing. You may.
Yeah, something wrong? This better not be any of that boring meditation. Got it, I understand. Yeah, something wrong. This better not be it. Got it, yeah, something wrong. This better not be any. Got it, I understand. Yeah, something wrong. Yeah. I'll ignore that little. Alright, I think. Yeah, something. Yeah. Alright, I think I have it. It might take. Yeah, something wrong.
Something up? All right. Got it. Something up? All right. Got it. Something up? All right. Got it. Something up? All right.
So you've returned. Really? That's great news. The situation here hasn't improved at all. What did you discover? Voga the Hutt? That's preposterous. What makes you think we'd be willing to do that? A glut of fuel isn't going to help our position much in this case. It's a resource that's needed throughout the galaxy, and he'll be able to command a high price for it. Still, we don't have much of a choice. We need fuel, and we need it fast. I'll bring this up with the Jedi Council and urge them to broker a deal with Voga. Now, I believe I gave you my word that there would be a reward for information leading to the establishment of a fuel source for the station. Never believed for a moment that you'd actually be collecting it. But I'm a man of my word, so here you are. Now, I've got to send this information to the Council right away. What is it?
Yes. I am... There is nothing... Of course it sounds ominous. I am given to such theatrics as part of my programming. I have no wish to. I enjoy watching you squirm. I have, however, observed that you perform beyond expectations when subjected to extreme stress and pressure. Thus, I am curious to see how that behavior may be maximized. I don't give compliments. I provide observations. Even if it was a compliment, I will never admit it. You may speak. Now...
We must go to Dantooine, to the Enclave. There is something there that you must hear if you are to understand. I have no time for questions, and any answers will have to wait until we stand within the Enclave together.